This is NOScast here, episode 20. We got Itchy Skink.
Episode 20? Dude, I know you've done some on your own, but I didn't think it was episode 20. Shit.
Yeah, we're on episode 20, man. I've
Damn.
I've
Well,
done we've done more together than I've done on my own, I think.
I know that. Well, I'm fairly certain I know that. But like, man, you asked the question and you're like, "Oh man, because you've been swapping around your headsets." Shit, I was going to try to play some Mario Kart while doing this, but if I get too into the conversation, I'm about to lose. Okay.
You
So I
can't you
just put
can't do
the
two things
Switch.
at once? I could do
I
two things
can't fucking race and like I can't be in first place, man. I can't do this. I don't play on 50cc like you do.
Oh, okay, you talking shit now. Alright. You
uh,
talking shit now. But
but
explain.
you were talking about like using different headsets, and you wondered why the OBS
Yeah.
is like
So
yes.
the last
You
what was
explain.
it?
You
Last
ask.
two? The last two episodes I used my
Mm.
Beats. Like the my Beat Studio headphones as like the headset for the last
Right.
two or whatever. Just just to mix it up a bit, just see how it does. And it just all came into one thing. You know what I'm saying? It all
Right.
just came in.
When it came through the computer.
Yeah. And but then I'm using my $30 Turtle Beaches
Hmm.
because why the hell not? It mixed it up a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't.
It's
It
separated.
it
Is what you're saying,
separated.
right?
Yeah, it separated, which I like, and I don't know why the Beats Studios do not do that.
So I can give you my answer,
Okay,
but this doesn't
what's your
necessarily mean
means?
it's
It's
exactly
true.
the. It doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily mean it's true. Yeah. But headphones and headsets, they don't necessarily have to be wired the same, right?
Mhm.
Um, so one thing you could think about is that the audio output, so your headphone part, on the what your Turtle Beaches, the
Yes.
audio output, your headphone part is not connected necessarily to the input part, which is your mic.
Uh huh.
Whereas with the Beats, they're part of the same circuit. So
Okay.
they're flowing the same way, or there might not be exactly part of the same circuit. They might be going to the same chip that combines them to one
Uh.
audio line.
Okay.
So when it comes out through, like, I don't know, the Beats might have a higher quality audio because, like when you have that headphone jack, they have the different sections on it, right? Um,
Mhm.
and those different sections have different data lines. So you
Yes.
could with the Turtle Beaches, you could have a whole section that's dedicated to the mic, and you could have a whole section that's dedicated to the headphones. Whereas with
Mhm.
the Beats,
Beats.
it all could be just one. So like if you were getting input, so like it could be so you have the bits coming through. So
Mhm.
you could be spending half of the time sending, and you could be spending half of the time receiving. So
Mhm.
there's an interruption that you won't notice when it's happening, but really those beats are more so made for listening, and
Yeah.
speaking through them is an afterthought. Whereas the
Mhm.
Turtle Beaches, they're actually made for hearing and for speaking. Like I know the beats, they obviously have a mic, you can talk on them, but like they're not necessarily designed for that.
Mhm.
But you said they're studio, so maybe they are, but like they're probably more so for the music than they are for chatting.
That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know. It is
But
it that's
it's all to do with the circuitry at the end of the day.
well, yeah, true. It is all due to the circuitry, but like at the same time, what's it called? It's made by Apple
Right.
and whatnot. It's made by Apple and stuff. So
Well, you should try like I don't necessarily mean like you should do a podcast wearing your AirPods, but you should try seeing what happens when you record something using your AirPods. Seeing if it's similar to the beats. Um
mhm.
cuz they might just have some software, or it could be hardware level, but there's something that is combining it. Whereas with
Yeah.
the Turtle Beach, they never combine.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. I don't know to be exact. I really do. I would. I don't know. I think like you said, like Apple's more of listening and not like Turtle Beaches is gaming, so they think of everything. Which Apple is like listening. They don't think that
Right, right,
does
but that
does
that doesn't necessarily mean the Turtle Beaches have better audio quality, because
that's
like, they
true
might have
also.
just focused more on the audio quality with the beats than they
Hmm.
did on the Turtle Beaches. Like, obviously, the Turtle Beaches don't have bad audio quality, but, like, they are probably less focused on the audio quality, so they separated it. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like it's weird. Like I don't.
A delay might be acceptable with the beats, though, whereas a
See, I don't
delay is
even
not
hear
acceptable.
the delay. I don't even hear delay with
It
beats
it
up.
would probably be, like, milliseconds, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Where you
Like,
can,
nothing.
where you can't even tell.
You're not even gonna really notice it.
No, no, you're not. Which is cool. But
Yeah.
how you been? It's been like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks since we did another podcast.
Man, dude, the past fucking what is it? It's been 4 days now, dude. I'm sick, sick.
I
I don't
just
even like
started getting
feel that
sick.
bad. Like, I keep going through cycles of like throughout the same day. Like, I feel great at one moment, but then like I feel like crap in the next. So like
Yeah,
I feel like I'm not sick, and then like the next moment I feel awful. It
I just started getting sick, so
Yeah,
I like
and they're still making you go into work.
well, it's not they're making me. They basically threaten me. Like if
They
you call,
threatened you to go into work.
uh
They're
huh.
doing that whole stuff.
Because like I've been working there for 6 and 7 months. Like literally like they haven't really been tripping at all until they saw like my occurrences. That's what it's called, occurrences.
Yeah, yeah.
They saw my
Which,
occurrences and was like, you have 10 points and you only can have five. If you call out one more time, you're fired. I'm like,
like I
fine.
was telling you, dude, you should really measure your temperature, because I know Walmart has the policy based upon a certain temperature, you can't come in. Like, you should check
Mm.
your temperature, and if your
Well, I
temperature
don't
is
have
above
the
a certain
temperature
point,
thing. I don't have the temperature thing or whatever.
you should go there and measure it there, because I know they have one.
Yeah,
Um,
I know
but
they
go
do. They
measure it,
just don't
and
use it.
if it's above a certain temperature, they have to send you home. They
Hmm.
have to. But like, what's ridiculous? Because I was working there during COVID too, and like, what I think we talked about this before, but like, um, they had like when I was doing orientation, they showed the thing, right? They showed the
Hmm.
temperature reader, and there was actually a person sitting there. Um,
Hmm.
and they're like, oh, every time you come in, you got to
They're gonna
take your
they're
temperature.
in.
If you're sick, and the thing is, their quantitative reasoning for what marks being sick. If you're an adult, you have to have what, a temperature of 102.
Hmm.
Dude, you're contagious.
Hmm.
Your temperature's supposed to be like what, 98.8.
Something like
So
that.
if you have
I
like
think normal's like
99 point
95. I think normal's like 95 or something.
what? I don't think so, but shit, let's look it up. What's the normal?
I think the normal
What
temperature
is
for a
the?
adult human being or just a human is 95. I believe. I could be wrong on that.
I don't know. Oh shit. Uh, I that it gave me in Celsius. I don't want to do the conversion.
They gave you Celsius.
Fahrenheit,
Why did Google give you Celsius?
because I asked for a lot of things in Celsius. It's 98.6.
Oh, okay. So I was totally wrong. All right.
So
So,
like what? If you're like 99.5, dude, you're sick, you're probably contagious, but they're like, "No, you're an adult. You can't leave until you're like 100 something." It's like,
hmm.
that's ridiculous, dude. You're giving people diseases. That's and that was even during COVID. That was
Hmm.
during like when everything cuz it was going on, and they're like, "Yeah, no,
Hmm.
you still can't leave unless it's." But dude, if you're running a temperature, cuz like I know I was running like when I checked my temperature, I didn't think I was that high. I didn't like obviously I'm working with the school right now, and they're more reasonable with it. Like, if I'm running a temperature, they're like, "Yeah, just don't come in." But like at the same time, like they're not necessarily looking to profit off of me, whereas Walmart is looking to profit off of you. So like they don't necessarily have to like push it at the same time. But at the same time, thinking about that, it's like, dude, you might be contagious. You're probably contagious, and they're making you work. You should go in there and check your temperature. You should go in there and see. And
Well,
if it's a,
I don't know.
they
Like
can't
that.
fire you if you're running that temperature. If they
Mhm.
try to fire you, sue them.
Mhm.
Then you won't have to have that job and you'll get a lump sum.
No, but it's just like it's like they just like because I like call out a lot. But it's
Yeah,
like
no, I
it's
know
not.
that's why, but I know why. And I warned you about when you took your vacation, which I mean,
Mhm.
I warned you when you took your vacations like, man, you probably want to save up a little more just in case. But, you know, it is what it is. Like what it is what happened, but like if you're sick right now, dude, and you're feeling the way you are, and if you're running a legitimate high temperature, like obviously to their standards, because even though you're still technically sick if you're below their standards as an adult, um, if you're running if you're within their standards of being sick, and if they try to pull that shit on you, dude, they're in the wrong. They're in the wrong. Like I would
Well,
say, like,
Walmart doesn't give a fuck.
dude,
That's
it
their
doesn't
whole.
matter what they give a fuck about. If they have that on contract when you signed your papers, that's what it says. If they try to
Mhm.
pull that shit on you, you sue them, dude. Dude, you sue them. You get their money.
Mhm.
It'll cost them more to fight you in court than for you to just not go in.
Mhm. I don't know. Like I like I when I was sick the other time, I forget when it was. It was I think before Christmas or after. Yeah, it was like after Christmas or some shit. I was sick.
If you're running within their because if you're below, what was it, 100 point, I think it was 101 something. I think it was if you're below 101 degrees, then they're gonna make you work, and that's
Yeah.
within your contract. Below 101 degrees, they're gonna make you work.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's
but
true.
if you're above that point, then and they still make you work, they're breaking the contract they had you sign.
Mhm.
And if they're
Well,
breaking the contract they had you sign, it doesn't matter what they care about. It doesn't matter what they care about. You signed a contract that you agreed with them. They made the contract for you to sign.
yeah, but they don't even value that contract though. That's what I'm saying.
If
Like,
they don't value that contract, that's illegal. They
yeah.
made you sign that contract. If they don't value that contract, you sue the fuck out of them because
Mhm.
they're going to learn that way. That's the only way they'll learn. If they don't value the contract they make you sign, you sue them.
Like, okay, if you had an employee, like let's say you had a job and you're running a a company, it was your shit,
Mhm.
and a dude did not feel good. He was throwing up in the whole night.
Right.
Would you make him go home?
Hell yeah, I don't want to get sick.
Okay. That literally happened to me. That
Uh-huh.
literally happened to me. I threw up. I
You
like
can sue them, dude. You can sue
I
them.
went to the bathroom and I threw up, and they make me take a COVID test, and I tested
Yeah.
negative, and they're like, "Well, if you go home, you get a point." What?
They're fucking ridiculous. No, dude, you can sue them, dude. They're in the wrong. It doesn't
I
matter.
threw up,
They're in the wrong. I know, they're in the wrong. Um,
and like it's not like I'm lying. Like you could see it on my face. Like you see, I don't feel good. I threw up, and they still made me go. They still like, no, you cannot leave. If you leave, you get a point. I was like, bro, are you serious?
dude, you can be a pussy all you want, but like you can throw their contract in their face. They can say they don't value it all they want, but if they claim to you, if they tell you directly to your face, like, or if they tell you that they're not going to value it, then
They
the
don't
contract.
tell me they're not gonna fight it. It's
I
just
know
like
they're not going
they're.
to tell you straight up, but if they're going to portray that they don't value it,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that they're not listening to what the paperwork that you signed, then they're not in any way, shape, or form have any reason to keep you there. Those points mean nothing. Those points mean nothing if that contract means nothing, because those points are within your contract. You
Mm-hmm.
agree to the point system within the contract.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
So
And
they have to at least care about it in some level.
well, I got 10 points and they still keep me. So it's like, I'm supposed to be. When you get 5 points, you're fired. Like you're determinated
Oh, no,
automatically.
I know they don't care about that because I like when I was working there because I quit. I've never been fired from a job, but I quit. I've quit plenty of jobs, because they're trash. Um, but like when I was working there, like I've seen plenty of people. They're like, "Oh man, I should be fired by now." Like literally half the people I talked to when I worked at Walmart, they're like, "I should be fired by now." And then one dude's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Yeah, they're not gonna fire me. I do too good of work."
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even fucking listen to shit. He should have been gone a long ass time ago. By the time I met him,
Mm-hmm.
they don't fucking they don't care, but they do care. They're
They want to get
selective in
shit
what they're
done.
exactly. But if you're within the contract, if you're within the rights of the contract, if you're within the bounds of the contract, they can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
If you're within the bounds of the contract and they're pretty much telling you, like they don't have to directly tell you, but if they're pretty much telling you that that contract doesn't mean shit, they're breaking their own rules,
Mm-hmm.
and you can sue them for the breach of contract.
Yeah, most definitely.
And if you sue them for the breach of contract, they'll give you a lump sum. I mean, if you're in the right in that case, if you try to sue them and you're not in the right, then
Yeah,
it
but they're like, well, they're gonna probably throw this in my face. Well, you called out this many times, blah 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 blah, and
doesn't matter. That doesn't you can't you use you can say that that was then and this is now. You weren't fired at this point. They say, "Oh, you should be gone here," but they told you verbally. California has a thing called vocal contracts, because you can vocally have a contract if a person told you, "Hey, you should be gone by now, but we're going to let you stay. If you call out one more time, you're gone." That's a verbal contract. That is legally binding in the state of California for 1 year.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Obviously, it's all hearsay. So, but like obviously if you're still there, then if that occurrence happens, they all you have to do is say, "Hey, why didn't you fire me then?" So that point, that them taking that backtracking right there, they're literally trying to save their ass
they're
at
shooting themselves
November
in the
20th.
foot.
Yes,
It's because of value. They will, and I've learned this with all the friends I've made at Walmart, and I have like a little group, you know what I'm saying, that I've made at Walmart. Most of them are gone. All right,
yeah,
like I told you, most of them gone. There's like two of them left. You know what I'm saying? There's like two of them left or whatever. They will value you. If you are a hard worker, they will keep you as much as possible. They won't care about that point system. They will value you as much as possible. They'll do anything to extent to keep you. But if you like if you keep calling out wherever you points, then they're gonna have to fire you, whatever. But it's like you said, if you care about that point system, why won't you fire me at 5?
exactly,
It's because if you have value, they that point system wouldn't matter at the end of the day. Then they that you can that points because there's a girl who looks like a druggie, like literally looks like a druggie.
right,
She does like 20-minute lunches. You're supposed to take like 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what they
right,
say,
right,
because that's the law of California or whatever. She takes 20-minute lunches. She gets away with hella shit, but they keep her. Is because she's valuable because she gets her shit done or whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. No, I know
So
exactly what you're saying.
so if you're valuable and you get your shit done to a certain extent or you show you're a hard worker or whatever, they will keep you. They will erase that point system out of your shit. Or not erase it, but they won't even pay attention to it.
I know that I've seen it with my own
And
eyes. I know
and
exactly
that's
what you're
and
talking
that's another thing of favoritism. Is favoritism to a certain extent. Because there's two girls that I'm friends with. They got fired off of occurrences, whatever, and they
about.
had like hella occurrences, but they didn't fire them when it was at 5. Is because they were valuable. But they finally fired them because they finally got tired of them or whatever the hell or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's like it's really weird and bizarre. This Walmart, like Walmart is just like you. It's just you have to be on ice cubes. Like you have to be on like your toes 24/7 because you don't know what you're gonna expect that night or that day or whatever and whatnot. So I don't know. And management sucks.
No, I mean, I feel like they,
Ma-
I mean, I've only worked at Walmart, but I feel like they kind of like a lot of them don't know what they're doing.
like
Like,
management sucks. Like I have this India girl that's a coach, and she's new.
uh,
She's been there for like a month or two or whatever. She's new. She always tells me like, "You gotta hurry up." Da, da, da." And mind you, I have like 5, 6 pallets.
right.
I don't care what anybody says. 5 or 6 pallets is a lot of pallets. I
Oh
like
yeah.
a normal human being. I'm telling you, like a normal human being probably can get through maybe 5 pallets,
See, when I
depending.
worked at the bread factory, well, no, we took apart pallets, but like we most because like it was because we sent the stuff to places like Walmart, so like we were mostly
Hmm.
putting together pallets, not taking them
Hmm.
down. But like we were taking down pallets because we had pallets of like all the same type of stuff, and then
Well, yeah.
we'd have the pallets that are mixed. 'Cause,
Hmm.
like, it's all the same type of product, like, we'd have the
Yeah.
like, this is all the imports from, like, Mexico, so we'd have, like, the Takis, and we'd have actually,
Hmm.
no, the Takis were complete in a completely different area, but we'd have the, what was it called? All these fucking snack cakes and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and, like, all that, and that like, that yeah, we were putting together pellets, but that like, I don't know, we were putting together, like, what, 20 of them at a time?
See,
So,
putting together pallets or
it's
breaking down a
easier
pallet, it's different than breaking down a
putting
pallet or putting a pallet together and then having to stock it.
Uh-huh,
You know what I'm saying? That's totally different. I can put together the pallet in maybe 10, 20 minutes and call it a day. That ain't shit. But
right.
or breaking down a pallet or whatever. That ain't nothing. But having to
It's putting
break
them where they
down
have to go, right?
what well yeah, but breaking down the pallet and then putting it where it has to go, whatever, that's what it takes time. And they want you to get done like in 5 hours or whatever the fucking call it a day. I'm just like, I'm not Superman. If
Right,
if I
right.
was Superman, then I guess you can expect that, but I'm not Superman.
You'd have to
I'm
have, like, a photographic memory to memorize where
yeah,
everything fucking
yeah.
goes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have to have a photographic memory, of everything that goes. And I'm mostly by myself half the time. So it's like, and you see all these people that have people with them, one that they don't get shit talk to them. They have,
Right, right,
five, like in grocery, they have like 5, 6 people in grocery, 4 people, 3 people in frozen, maybe 2 or 3 people in dairy. They don't get shit talk to them because they have people. But when you're by yourself, it's like, oh my God, why aren't you getting this done? I'm by myself. I
right.
don't have like 3 other Jacobs or Nas's near me that can help me. No, no, come on now. But they don't care. They want you to get your shit done or whatever. They want you to act like you have 3 other people near you that can stock and stack and those shit like just like you or whatever the hell.
Right, right.
And then they get
Uh, it's all
mad and
about
upset.
the reasonability. Like, it's not reasonable. Like, I mean, some people like, yeah, just because one person can do it, not everybody's that one person.
Well, that
Because
yeah, but when you have a group of people, it's different.
no, that's even more different. Like, because like I've definitely seen some people that like are able to work at the speed of like three. But like I've also like, but that doesn't mean like, oh, this person's working this fast. Everybody should be working this fast. People, there's outliers. There's always a bigger fish, I guess you can say. That's one way to look at it. There's always a
Yeah,
bigger fish.
there's always a bigger fish, and it's like, and they want you to be consistent. Every
Mhm.
night they want you just boom, 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 and it's like,
That's where you get the wear and tear.
well, yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't be boom, boom, boom every night.
mhm.
I'll have my hiccups. Where do you think Kobe, LeBron James, Barry Bonds, Steph Curry? Do you think they were every night boom, boom, boom? No, they're not every night boom, boom, boom. They have their wear downs or they have their their bad games or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? That's just like me. I have my bad days. I sometimes
right,
have them
right.
more than others, but you know what I'm saying? But it's like they
I
want
mean,
you to be consistent. Boom, 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 boom. It's like it doesn't work like that.
right.
I'm a
And the
human.
people that are like that, they're probably not even putting in their all to begin with. Like
Well,
they
yeah,
set their standard. They set their standard, and they're like, yeah, it's not my 100%, but I can do this every day.
yeah,
But
but
then you
that's
got those people that are overachievers that like try their hardest, and then those are the people that are like, yeah, I can't do this every day. If I was to try this every day, I'm gonna kill myself. Like not literally like, boom, shot in the head type kill themselves, but like it's the job will like fucking kill them.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, and then like I have my team lead fucking Filipino dude named Alan that comes up to me every other freaking day, or every night. It seems like, do you see? And he, it's like he's bragging to my face, even though he's like he's being a team lead, he's trying to help at the, but it's like he always tries like it seems like he's bragging. He's like, "Do you see how many boxes I've done? You see how many boxes you've done?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "You need to watch me and how you do better." I'm like, "But I'm working at Walmart, bro. I don't give you. You need to show passion into your job." I'm like, "Passion, passion. I'm working at Walmart. What passion is there? Just because
Well,
you
I mean,
show passion into this thing, I don't want to show passion.
it's his career. It's not your career. Like you don't view this job as your career,
Hell no, I don't. I
but
don't
he
view the.
probably does.
He's
He's a
been there.
lead.
He's been there
Yeah,
for 10 years, so it's like
yeah. So that's his career. Like 10 years, dude. That's all he knows.
and it's like I and he's like he tries to be a little team lead or whatever because he is a team lead, but he tries to do this little teamy bullshit. When I see someone that's fast as me, I watch him and see how I can be better. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because they like that competitive. Because they try like some jobs like that, like especially retail and stuff like that, or even like when I was working in fast food, they literally love competition. Because when I was last time I worked at Taco Bell, because I've worked at Taco Bell like what 3 times, the same Taco Bell because the management there loves me. I've quit there 3 times, never been fired from a single job. They've always taken me back because I'm a good worker. Like I mean, I always give my all. Like I'm always like I was that type of person giving my A game, but I'm also the type of person that can like turn my brain off and fucking just go. Um, but like I was able to well I it was so fucking stupid because the last time I worked there they started this competition between like multiple stores, which they always have these competitions between multiple stores. But they had a system set up at that point to where you were actually able to see all of the stores in the competition and their times, like the
Mhm.
average times they get stuff out the window. And you know
Mhm.
what? To be honest with you, I think doing that that gave the customers like that. Yeah, we got more customers through the window, but I don't think a lot of the customers had the best experience. Like we had more mess ups at that point than we ever did. Um, because we were just trying to get our time down as low as possible. They were cheating. They were cheating because what they would do is they would be like, "Hey, yeah, can you roll up to the front?" Because the time was measured on because you know how they have the weight sensors
Mhm.
on the drive-through. So they'd have their time going through and they'd be cheating because they'd send people around to go sit at the
Mhm.
front. So they
Yeah.
have the time. It
Yeah.
was ridiculous and it doesn't make a good customer experience, but like I don't know, they try this competitive nature shit and really all it does is just make the employees go mad. Cause then you also get those people that are like when I was working at Taco Bell, they'd get the people that are ordering insane amount of food. Insane amount of food. And then you can't and it's not like the people behind them know what's going on. So like I mean in this case having people pull around was a good idea. So you'd have the person that has like the fucking 50 item order um
Mhm.
versus the person behind them that only wants a burrito. So
Yeah.
that in that case it's good, but like they were still cheat like the competition was fucking bullshit because they were cheating. Like there's no point for the competition, but like in that case that made it a better experience. But in other cases it's like you fucked up the order just so you could shave off a minute.
What what I'm saying, like it's all bullshit at the end of the day. This competition shit that it makes you go mad. It's like a video game when you can't get
It
past a
is. It
level.
is.
It's like a video
I
game.
mean that's how I view my I don't want to say like life entirely, but that's kind of how I do my life because I think of things as like not necessarily levels but experience points. Like but it's not the same thing as like working a job. Like I have my goals and I view every step of the way of reaching my goal as like an achievement, like in a game. So like I mark everything out, but I'm in a different position. Like I have stuff that like I don't necessarily get immediate gratification out of what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not the same. It's the same with like Walmart either. But I don't get instant gratification through my work. Like I'm trying to get my degree. Shit, I pass a class. That's fucking awesome. Like like I do projects on the side. I complete a step in a project that's fucking awesome, but it's not the same. Like I'm passionate about it. Like you said, this isn't your career. That dude, that's his career. What else does he do? Like I don't know what he does outside of there. I don't know what he worked there for 10 years. Like I don't know what he did before.
Bro,
Was that his
bro.
first job? Was that like
No, no,
I don't
no.
know.
Let me explain something to you.
Mhm.
He's like what how he explained to me is like dumb as hell. So he's a mechanic. All right, he was from the Philippines. He's a Filipino, so he's from the
Right.
Philippines. He was a mechanic, mind you. I guarantee you, you probably know this, and I everyone else. You make a lot more money being a mechanic than
Yeah.
you work at Walmart. So I was like, so why are you working here? If you know you're a mechanic, because it's boring.
What, being a mechanic is boring?
Because it's boring being a mechanic. You don't talk to people or nothing. You're just working on cars, whatever. I'm just like, but you make more money. He's like, it's not about the money. I enjoy working at Walmart because you interact with people and stuff. When I'm
So
like,
he probably has a stack saved up. He's working at Walmart for fun. I mean,
I'm,
I can't say entirely, but like he probably, if he was a mechanic, he probably has a stack. He probably can do mechanic shit on the side. You know, making doing a side hustle. Like he's got a life. He's definitely got a life. He's definitely got a life outside of there. He's
mm-hmm.
probably definitely got the drive. Um, I can understand how being a mechanic is is boring, I guess. Like I don't know, I like puzzles. Like that's why I'm trying to go for computer science because it's like it's pretty much all puzzles. Like I like puzzles.
But it's like,
Um
to me, it's like if you make more money, if it's boring, bro, shit, I would take the boring. You know what I'm saying? I'll
like I
take the
said,
boring.
he's probably got a stack, dude. He's probably has money. He probably has money saved up. He's probably doing stuff. He probably is working at Walmart for fun.
And he's been there for 10 years. I'm like, bro, like I would like if I had a stack of money, my first choice is not working at Walmart.
I know people that have retired from their careers that work
Yeah, I know people too.
that
There's
decide to work dead end jobs. Yeah.
yeah, I know like a lot of people that work at Walmart that are old and retired from their careers and they do like simple shit at Walmart. They're
Uh,
slow as hell and the whole shit at stocking. I'm just like, and I get like these are older people and whatnot, but it's like if you
right.
have a standard, why doesn't that just go with older people also? Why does all these like
Well,
younger people have these standards and these older people just fling it away? You
well
know?
then I mean it's kind of hard to picture this, but like what a couple years back, like the ageism thing, like they can try to put those older people into the same standard, but then all the old people have to do is just throw out the ageism card.
Mm-hmm. I'm 65 years old. I can't go as fast as someone that's 23.
All they have to say is fast twitch fibers. That's all they got to say. An older person doesn't have as many fast twitch muscle fibers as a younger person. An older
And
person can't move as fast as a younger person. And for the most part true. I mean, not for everybody. Some people really work their body, but that person that is still doing good at that old age, they were probably better when they were younger.
like I don't know, like my friend Joseph quit Walmart and went to Tesla.
Right, right.
And he was supposed to be here for like a whole nother week. And like one day my team lead Alan came up to him and was like, you need to go faster. Or you need to like pick up the pace a little bit. He was like, bro, I'm opting out in 2 weeks. He's like, well, it looks good on your resume if you do want to come back or whatever and whatnot. And he didn't say this, but Joseph was just like, I'm not coming back. Like I'm not
Right,
coming back
right.
to Walmart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that he didn't say that, but Joseph, he was just like, I'm not coming back. Like, wow, if Tesla did not work out, like, why would I come back to Walmart? That was to be
Right.
the last place I want to come back to was
Yeah,
Walmart. I
like,
didn't.
oh, it would look good on your resume. Come back. I think Tesla will look better on a resume than working at
I
Walmart.
worked at Tesla. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, he could go to another EV company, and just because he worked at Tesla, another EV company would love to have him.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
You know,
I
unless he got fired for breaking in. I mean, if I don't know, unless he got fired from Tesla for some stupid reason.
yeah, I don't know. Like it's just weird. Like they get really weird about shit, bro. It's like I don't know. And the Filipinos there get away with hella shit. I mean, hella fucking shit. Even even though they're not supposed to do 30-minute lunches, yeah, they do 30-minute lunches. You see all these Filipinos go out of the break room and start working again. I'm just like,
Are
I
you talking
thought,
about under 30 minutes?
yeah, like 30 minutes. They don't really do under 30 minutes. They just do 30. Like a lot of them just do 30-minute lunches.
I
And
thought that
it,
was okay.
huh?
I thought 30-minute lunches were okay.
It's okay, but it's like if they tell you to take an hour, then you take an hour. Like you're supposed to do an hour no matter what. But if they ask you, hey, can you take a 30? Then yeah, like if you ask them, like, can I take a 30? Then like it's cool.
I
They don't.
I
They
think you're actually kind of wrong on that one because it's a minimum of 30 and up to an hour, not a mandatory hour. It's a
but
mandatory 30.
well, yeah, but like that 30 goes into overtime. Like overtime
Right.
and whatnot. And like
Uh-huh.
we don't have a lot of overtime anymore because a lot of people
Right.
take overtime shit. Like a lot of people get overtime to a certain
Mhm.
extent. So we always we have 1,000 hours worth of overtime. So it's like we always run on overtime. So it's like to take an hour, do not take a 30, and all of a sudden you see these 30 Filipinos walk out at break room at 30. I'm like, what the hell? And none of them say shit. You don't see nothing. So I'm just like, all right, like it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they all speak to God. Like they speak English, but they all speak Tagalog to each other. Like when my teammate Alan talks, they all speak to Tagalog, and it's just like, bro, y'all is a bunch of bitches.
I mean, that doesn't you can't that's not that big of a deal.
It's not, but it's like if the management tells you to take an hour, you take an hour. Like
I
if
mean, the
that's,
contract says there's only a mandatory 30. So, like I said before, dude, you listen to what the contract says. Doesn't
uh
matter
huh,
what they feel. Contracts contract goes over their head. Contract is above them.
uh huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just like they get away with hella shit. It's not even just that; they just get away with hella shit and they don't say nothing. There's only been one Filipino dude that's kind of fired through that the whole 7 months I've been there, and that's the only reason because he talked back. He said that's not my palate or whatever, so he's not doing it, and they fired him off the on the spot, I think, or whatever. And
Right.
the reason why they fired him is because he was stealing.
Yeah, I heard you saying everybody they do that to the stealing stuff. That's another thing. If you're legitimately not stealing and you get fired for stealing, you can tell them show you the cameras. They don't show you the cameras. Yeah, they don't show you the footage. They don't show you the proof. Sue them.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Like like there's been a lot of people that's gotten fired for stealing, and there's only been
Mhm.
like one person who was like, "Show me the cameras," and like we don't have to, or we're like,
They do though. They do because that's the burden of proof. The burden of proof. They
there's
have
only
to prove it. If they don't show them, dude, sue the fuck out of him. He probably didn't. He probably
yeah,
didn't,
I
but
know
like
he
sue the
didn't
fuck
though.
out of him.
There's
Sue the
only
fuck
been
out of
three people that I've known that was actually stealing, and they
him. Mhm.
fired. They actually showed proof that they were stealing because they were actually stealing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
But
that's something you could say right there in court. If you have that information, it's like they showed this person the proof. They didn't show me the proof. Like That's literally it right there. Like they are doing things so wrong, and if the employees knew their rights, then this wouldn't be happening.
See, but it's like the employees don't care over there. There's so many employees over there that's been working there for 10, 30 fucking years. They just don't give a fuck anymore. It's just like whatever.
Right, but if that happens, like if the employees that are in the situation, if they knew their rights, then this wouldn't be happening. If the people that were getting fired for this stuff and they knew their rights, this wouldn't be happening. Because if they get sued, it's gonna cost them a hell of a lot more. They're gonna be paying a person. They're gonna be forced to pay a person that doesn't have to work there. They're gonna be forced to give them money.
Hmm.
If
How much
if
how
if
much
more
money do
people,
you think it would be?
it depends on the situation.
Hmm.
Um, but like they would be forced to give them money. And if more people were to do that, then they wouldn't be even trying to pull that shit. They wouldn't even be trying to pull that shit.
Yeah, but some of
But
them is just
people
it's
don't try.
not worth it at the end of the day. Like it's just
Dude,
whatever.
if you saw how much money, it'd be enough money. It'd be more money than you get paid there in a month. It'd be more money than you probably get paid there in a year.
That is true. I get
Like
paid.
it's worth it to go through that fight. If you're legitimately in the right, it'd be worth it to go through that fight.
Hmm. So
Which is
okay,
why I'm saying, is like,
so
go like huh?
okay, so these occurrences shit. Let's go back to the occurrences. If like let's
Hmm.
say they fire me at like 10, 11 occurrences, you can sue them. But like, why didn't you fire me at 5?
No, no, you don't sue them. Like they're not required to fire you at 5. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but you can pretty much get fired for that reason at 5. That the occurrence thing is pretty much saying like, "Hey, we are giving you a rope, and if you go past it, we might extend the rope." Like that's not something you sue them for. You're not in the right there. The thing that
Mm-hmm.
I was saying about you earlier, like even though you're at these occurrence levels, um, because if you were to go in today and you were to go get your temperature checked, and if your temperature was above the threshold of which they consider um, you're not supposed to work at that threshold, which is in the contract, if you're above that
Mm-hmm.
threshold and they claim that they're going to fire you based upon occurrences, but they didn't fire you when they made that warning to you, if they didn't fire you then, but they fire you at that point for the occurrences, then that's something you can sue for. Like if you were to go in, you were to run that temperature that's meeting their threshold of the too sick to work threshold, um, then that is something you can sue them for. It wouldn't be for the occurrences. They might try to use the occurrences as an excuse, but it's not the
Mm-hmm.
occurrences that you're suing them for.
Mm-hmm. I hear what you're saying. Like I don't know. Like this is whatever. You know. It's just whatever at the end of the day. I'm trying to get the fuck up out of there at the end of the day.
No,
I've
I
I,
know, and
I've
like I
like a
mean,
lot of people I've known gotten fired. Like a lot of my friends that I've like made there, mostly all of them got fired
mhm,
off of stupid bullshit, or quit because of they just want to get the fuck up out of there and found something better.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know. Like I was thinking about working at Tesla, even though it's in Fremont, it's like an hour away from me. Basically, I was thinking about working at Tesla.
You
You
get in
know.
your car first, right?
Well, yeah, that like I want to get that first. But if let's say if I do get fired, I'm trying to get hired at Tesla. You know,
Right, right.
in whatnot. Like I'm trying to do all that other shit and whatnot. Fuck all that other. Like I feel like I don't know. And plus, like Tesla, they make like you start off with $24 an hour. Like you're doing a third. Like my friend is doing a third party thing.
Right.
So he's working for Tesla, but through a third party.
So he's not
Make
working for Tesla.
well, like he's an employee at Tesla, but he's not an official employee at Tesla. You know,
He's not working for Tesla. It's an indirect thing. He's working for a company that is working for Tesla. Because like when I worked at the bread factory, I was working at a place called NFI, but
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that were coming in was through Bimbo. I wasn't working for Bimbo. I was
Mm-hmm.
working for NFI.
Yeah. So, but he has like the Tesla badge and like the whole shit. So,
Right, right.
and then like they told him like if you work here, if you put in so many amount of hours or whatever, some shit like that, which will take I think like 60 days to do or some shit, he can be
Okay.
an official worker for Tesla and make like $45
Oh,
an
okay,
hour.
that's a different thing. He's a temp.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's gone through a temp agency. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, NFI did the same thing.
So that's what he's doing. So if he actually does this all and like in one night, he can make $45 an hour and get overtime, and they want you to do overtime also. So you actually make $75 an hour overtime.
Oh
So
yeah,
he,
yeah, dude. I think a lot of factories are like that. Like shit, the bread factory was pretty much the same way. They didn't just want you to have overtime. They made it mandatory.
yeah. So it doesn't mean like all the time you get overtime, but it's like you have overtime, but sometimes you won't work overtime. So it'd be like a whatever type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I know when I worked at that bread factory, it was literally like, "Yep, for the next month we're having overtime. Literally every day for a month, overtime." And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you also want to work on your days off? We'll give you $100 gift card and overtime." Like that's literally how it was.
$100 gift card.
Yeah.
From where?
It wouldn't be for like a specific place. It'd be like $100 like one time filled debit card type thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So you that like it'll be a Visa.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so that's even better.
Oh yeah. It was
Shit,
pretty cool.
I'll come in on all freaking my off
That's
days.
that's how that's actually how I've given you some of that money I've given you in the past, like for some of the projects we've done together.
Uh huh. Was because
But
of
it's true that
those visas.
yeah.
Okay. Shit. If Walmart was like, see, Walmart makes $1 billion, bro, and they can't do something like that, bro. I'll come in on freaking my off
Walmart,
days,
Walmart is cheap. Like, how do you think they get the best prices?
bro.
They
Walmart,
underpay their employees.
bro. So I think it's legally they have to do this. I'm not sure, but they show how much money they paid to get these items. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. So so there's like two price. You know how like when you look at the barcode, there's like two prices. There's like a yellow price and there's an orange price.
Mhm.
So the orange price is how much they buy these items for, and it's usually like 14 cents. And you pay $5 for something that's 14 cents.
Right, right.
It's a scam.
No, I mean they're there to make profit, and then they
I
make extra profit off of it by underpaying their employees.
well yeah
They
well
make
that's
extra profit off of that by understaffing and not allowing overtime, or at least minimizing overtime. They are trying to squeeze as much money out of people as possible.
mm-hmm. And that's why it's called Walmart.
I'm
That's why
pretty sure it's called Walmart because the guy that made it was named Walmart.
no, it's called
Well, it
Walmart
was like
because
Walter. I forget what his full name was, but it was like something. That was his name,
so like and then they get on me
like
about work.
Walter.
So here's another thing they get on me about, which is like crazy because like it's kind of just like what do you want type shit. They
Right.
want me to work clean, okay,
Okay.
and that takes a lot of time to do because that takes manpower away from stocking to put the cardboard in boxes and everything and whatnot. So I kind of like or stack a pallet while you're stocking. So I kind of just leave the shit on the floor. Like I kind of just I basically put the shit around the pallet where I'm about to like when I'm done with the overstock, when I put everything on overstock, I build the pallet. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
build the pallet. So I kind of just put the shit around the pallet and whatnot because it takes time. Like it's all about time. Like time is a very big thing in Walmart. time, if you can take the most time out of something in the least time possible, you're like golden type shit to them. So
Have
it's
you
like,
ever heard of I mean, I'm not telling you to like do this necessarily, but have you ever heard of something called task switching?
okay, explain.
You can do two things at once by swapping in between the activities.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take you more time than it does to do one thing, but it'll take you less time than it does to do two things, like individually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not telling you that because that's definitely like that's a very that'll make you fucking wear out fast though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's just like they keep on getting on me about being clean and whatnot. So now, like, used to take the cart, like the shopping carts, and put the cardboard in there. I was doing that shit for months. I mean, like, everyone was doing that shit for months. They got rid of that. They're like, you can't use carts for your cardboard. So now there's cardboard all over the fucking place, and they want to get on me. Why is your aisle messy? You took away every.
What are you supposed to do with the cardboard then?
Well, they want you to do is like put like have a
Stack it on the pallet?
well, so either do that or like get a big box, a cardboard big box, and put all the cardboard in there, which that takes time also. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Because some aisles don't have big boxes, so you're kind of fucked type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Right.
so it's just like, like, I just end up just leaving cardboard all over the fucking place. You know what I'm saying? And then they wouldn't get on me.
Right.
Why is your aisle messy? Because you took everything that I took to make this aisle clean to now be messy.
Right. And you're a night worker. It's not like people are shopping when you're doing
Well,
all
yeah,
that.
well that's what I'm saying. But you need to work clean because other stalkers
So
gonna.
what's the rationale for taking away the carts then? Like you're a night shift worker. There's nobody shopping. What is the rationale for not using a cart? Because
I
the cart makes the job easier.
That's what I was. That's like the cart makes the job so much easier because I put the items in the cart, like I put the boxes in the cart. I open the boxes, I stock the things and whatnot, and call it a day. Like, or I just down stock and whatnot.
What is going through their fucking heads? Like yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just your Walmart. Like it's probably just your lead or something like that. That's but they just
But
are
it's like
so
they say, oh,
dumb.
it's the higher ups. They don't want us to use carts anymore or whatever. Or it's always been like that. We just didn't enforce it until now. I'm just like, what? I was never told this. I've been working for 7 months. No one said shit to me.
It's watch. It's because the day shift can't do it. It's because they can't do it on day shift. People at night shift are trying to shift over to day shift, and then like night shift people that shift over to day shift have that habit, and
Hmm.
then when they move over to day shift, they can't do it. And like if they were to try to do it, and customers were there, and there's not enough carts for all the customers, then the customer's like all scuffy. He's like, ugh, I could have used that cart. Something like that. But you're a night shift worker. Like it's really ridiculous. But like it's to make it easier for the people. Like I don't know. This is I'm trying to come up with a way. I'm trying to come up with a way for them to make sense. But it just
Was
doesn't make sense for a night
it
shift worker.
doesn't make sense at all. But they're like,
For a day shift worker, I guess it makes sense for a day
w-
shift, but for night shift, not really.
was just like, the hour before it closes and the hour before when it opens, corporate can come in and see you using cars and they can get upset or whatever. I'm like, but corporate isn't here.
Right.
They're like, well, the corporate can come in anytime. I'm like, oh my god, like, you know, it's just like, bro, come on, bro. And then like they got on me about playing rap music because like I would use my friend's speaker sometimes and like play my music out loud because you have this old dude named Arnold that plays his hardcore metal and whatnot. You're the whole freaking night you're there, so it's like I want to hear something pleasing to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Right.
you know But they get on me. Oh, you're playing rap music and it has bad words and in there saying cuss words and whatnot. You can't play that. But it's just like in some places. But no one's here besides employees, so why does it matter? I can see if it's when shoppers want to. Okay, cool. But we're all employees. Why does it matter? Well, it's Walmart. It's a place of work and blah 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 blah. I'm just like, oh my god,
You know
like
what? NFI used to be like that. But you know what didn't happen? The
what?
speakers didn't stop playing. People kept on playing the speakers, and you know what happened when they forced them to take the speakers away? People stopped working. So you know what they did? They let people play their music again.
Mm-hmm. I
But
don't
I mean
know.
that's a different situation. You're in retail.
Yeah,
That was literally a factory. So
yeah. I don't know. Like it's like you can't like just they literally want you to just be zoned in like the whole time. They don't want you to talk to nobody. They don't want you to ask questions to nobody. They just want you to just go. I'm just like, what a way to make a boring fucking job then. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just want you to be like a robot the whole damn time.
yeah.
They don't want you to ask like they're my coach S who which she's Indian. She's a total bitch. Like she I can tell she's never been a stalker a day of her life. So
Mm.
I don't know how she became a coach, but she did. But I like someone will ask me like I'll be talking to someone or whatever because like why the hell not or whatever, and she'd be like, you need to keep working. You need to keep working. I'm just like, he asked me a question about stalking. I'm just like, she's like, I don't care. Just keep working. I'm like, okay, like I made a reasonable suggestion, even though we were just bullshitting around. But yes, like it was a reasonable suggestion. No, you got to keep working. Okay, and he's like, sure, excuses. He's been here longer than you. He knows more. Why would he ask you a question? I'm like, what? What?
Why would you ask
What?
him a question?
She said, why would he ask you a question if he's been here longer?
Huh.
Now, what sense does that make?
I mean, it makes sense if you're missing one bit of logic. Because I mean, if you follow it logically, just because somebody's been there longer, they might have a lot more experience, but they might not necessarily be the best. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said before, there's always a bigger fish.
Mm-hmm. I
Like
don't
so,
know.
like just like you might know something better than he does, even though he's been doing that longer. He's probably been doing the same thing over. Like I don't know what type of question this would be, but like shit.
I was just like to patent what I was doing. I said
Mm,
he asked me a question. No, he's
right,
been here long. Why we ask you a question about what he's doing? I don't like what the fuck. Like you know what I'm saying?
right.
I don't know. And
No, like there's definitely a flaw in the logic there, but
I don't
mm,
know. And plus, she wasn't even supposed to be there last night. That was her day off, and she decided to come in. Every store manager was there last night. Every between team leads and coach, every store manager was there. I was like, well, damn. Like, looks like I'm not gonna catch a break tonight. Shit. But yeah, she's a total bitch. Like, she tries to control everybody. I'm just like, she tries to control people that don't even like. She's not even a coach of like there are mornings that they have their own team leads, their own coaches and everything. She has to control them also. And you're just like, bro, you're not even my coach. Why are you telling me what to do?
you know, some people just like power. Some people just really like power. Like team lead, like she's probably to her head.
Well, she's a
You
coach.
know,
She's above
yeah,
team lead.
coach, whatever. Yeah, team lead of the
So
team lead.
so it's just like I don't know. And she's an Indian. And I'm just like, so what made you come to America? Oh, I
Like I
got
really don't know why her being Indian matters that much, but I mean that kind of made sense after You saying that? Like, go ahead.
But she was like her being Indian doesn't like really matter. I can give a fuck less of what her nationality is. But I was like, so what made you come to America? Like, just to have like cordial conversation while I was like zoning or whatever. She was like, oh, I got married to a white dude, American. I'm like, oh, you're one of those. Like, I didn't say that, but I was just thinking in my head, like, oh, you're one of those
Okay.
that got married to a rich white person and then came to America.
Right.
So I'm like, now I know why you like are in a coach and you probably don't know what the hell you're doing at the end of the day and whatnot. And she and like if it was her like if it was her possibility, she'll make you come in every day. And she'll take her days off though. She'll take her days off, but she'll make you come in every day. I'm like, bro, the fuck? Cause she tried to make me come in on my days off one of these days. I'm like, I ain't coming in. The fuck? You got me fucked up.
You should
I
just be like, I'll come in every day if you have me work 5 hours and 15 minutes a day. Like,
I should be like, if you make me come in, give me overtime pay.
yeah.
That would fucking make her go
Actually, no.
nuts.
If you're working the 40 hours and they make you come in every day, they have to give you the overtime pay.
Hmm.
They have to.
But if I'm working my days off, they should give me overtime pay because I'm on my
No,
days
they.
off.
Oh yeah, it depends because it does cycle. Your days off are in the middle of the week. But
My
like if you work your full schedule, you will have overtime pay. Not for that day, but if you're working on your days off and working like your full schedule, you will
hmm
have overtime pay. It will you are getting paid overtime.
hmm
Just not that exact moment, but like if you add everything up, you are getting paid overtime.
I don't know. Like she gets hella weird about shit and whatnot. Like she wants you like one time she wanted me to stock a dairy pallet, a big ass fucking dairy pallet. And it was like what 6 o'clock. I had 1 hour before I was able to go home and shit. I'm just like, bro, it's 1 hour. I ain't gonna get that shit done in 1 hour. She's like, come on, please. They're gonna probably gonna make me do it. I'm like, well, that sucks to be you.
Come on, please. Wow.
She's like, come on, please. They're probably gonna make my store manager's gonna make me do it. Then I'm like, well, that sucks to be you. I didn't say it, but I was just like, I was thinking about it, like that sucks to be you.
It just sounds. I mean, to me, it sounds like it's just the power has gone to their head,
Mm-hmm.
and really, there's not really any power because, like, as an employee, you don't actually owe them anything. Like, you're there to trade for work, and if you were there, like, literally doing nothing, that's one thing. But like, you literally owe them nothing. That's why it's like, what is it? What is it? There's a term for it, but they can pretty much fire you for whatever they want, and you can quit whatever you want. You don't have to give them a 2 weeks notice. You don't that's just that's not a policy of anything. They can't force you to give them a 2 weeks notice. You can leave for any reason you want at any point in time. They can fire you for any reason they want at any point in time. Of course, they have that contract with the 5 point rule and all that, or not point, but whatever the occurrence is. They have the occurrences rule and stuff like that. So they are promising not to fire you until a certain threshold is met. But
Uh-huh.
with like without that, like you, it's I can't remember the term, but it's you can leave like you owe them nothing at all. They
Mm-hmm.
can't force you to do anything. If they're telling you to do something unreasonable, it's unreasonable. But like at the same time, you're gonna like I said today, like tonight, like you're gonna go in there, you're gonna want to like I'm telling you is like you should probably go get your temperature checked. Like if you are running that temperature within that threshold, then you are in the right to leave. But you're gonna do what you're gonna do at the end of the day. Like I'm not gonna know what you're gonna do, but if you're within that threshold, man, I'd say go for it, cause that's
Well,
they
shit.
can't
What
force
I
it.
really, well, shit. I don't even want to go in tonight. To be honest, with you. I really don't want to go in tonight.
Right.
I just don't feel like hot best and whatnot. Plus, I'm like sick and
Mhm.
whatnot. But it's like I don't know. Like they just got hella weird because like I would
Do you
like
do you have a thermometer at home?
no, I don't think so.
Really?
No, I don't.
Wow.
Like I said, I don't think so. I don't know. Like there's a lot of stuff like I probably do have in this house. I really don't know if it's even in this house anymore. You know, because my mom just stores shit and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? She just like stores shit and call it a day or whatever. I'm like, all right. You don't see it for like 5 years and it comes out of normal. Like, what the fuck was this always in here the whole time? Stored in the way back and you didn't even know it. I don't know. But it's whatever. I don't care anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, if your temperature is above 100 degrees, dude, you don't have to work. Like you said, you don't think your temperature's that high, but that's within their own policy.
Yeah,
If your
that's true.
temperature is above 100 degrees, you don't have to work.
100. like you
I just
like
looked it
I'm
up. It's 100.
100. I thought it was 102.
No, I looked it up. It's 100.
Damn.
And then you don't come back until you're not running a fever for 24 hours without medicine.
So without medicine,
Mhm.
so I don't gotta take medicine for a full 24 hours.
That's just in general. Like if you're sick and
Hmm.
you're running a temperature, you should not be going out in public until you're not running a temperature without medicine because certain medicines will lower your temperature. You're not running a temperature without medicine for 24 hours.
Hmm.
That's just a general rule.
Hmm. Well, I don't know. Walmart will make up some. You didn't come in, or if I did do that, and like, well, 100, I have to go home or some, or like I don't know. Like, well, if you go home, you get a point, and then you're like,
Mhm.
I don't like I don't know if they like to like in the coach Miss S was there when all that shit happened too. So I was like, bro, I'm fucked either way. So I was like, whatever. They literally did not let me go home. Like I threw up. Like you could like it's not like you can't tell. Like you could tell I threw up and all shit. It's not like
Mhm.
you saw throw up on my face, but it's like you could tell like I didn't feel good. They did not care. They're like, you do not have COVID, so you have to stay. I was like, oh, okay, all right. You get a point. I'm like, all right. They just don't give a fuck. They really
You
don't.
know, the non-COVID thing, if you test negative for COVID, you don't get paid.
Uh huh.
Like that's not if you don't have COVID and you're running that 100 temperature, you don't if you don't have COVID and you're running that 100 temperature, you're not required to work. You don't get paid leave.
Uh
You
huh.
know, like you don't get paid to leave. Like they might have misinterpreted it themselves because like you don't have to have a degree to work at Walmart. You don't have to have a degree to be a lead at Walmart. You don't have to be have a degree to be a coach at Walmart.
You don't have to have a degree to be a store manager at Walmart. I
No, you
don't
don't.
think so.
But yeah, it's paid leave, and that's for COVID. If you don't have COVID, you don't get it anyway. But
Hmm. But that's what I'm saying. But like every single time when that coach is there, it's like everything gets fucked up. I'm being serious. It seems like just everything just gets fucked up when she's there. Because she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. She's like this dinky ass small motherfucker. She's like 5'2", I think. She's a small Indian female.
mhm.
Just like what 40 years old, like middle age, I think, or whatever. Fucking hate her. I really do. I don't like her. She's like she's Shit, she's probably as worse as Caesar was. He was a coach at Walmart, and he got fired.
Right.
He was like as worse as Caesar, probably even be worse. And whatnot, I don't know. I didn't like him either, and whatnot. So I don't know. But it's 8:15. Out, so we're gonna cut off here.
Man. Man, next time we gotta like not talk about your work so much. You should just call these episodes we're talking about your job the whole time. Like you should like literally just because that's literally the whole episode. We don't even get to any other topic. But I
No,
mean that's what your like life is these days. So
it's literally work. That's what it is. It's
yeah,
literally work.
yeah. But
But
man,
well, shit. I don't know. I can't. Well, that's what we just kind of just wing this shit. Really, that's what we kind of do. We just
yeah.
wing this
I
shit.
mean I was hoping to get into some other topics, but you know I was letting you take the lead because it is your show.
Yeah, that is true. But it's whatever. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
is there anything you else want to say before we head out?
I mean nothing really that's short enough to close on.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll talk in the next podcast or whatever.
Okay, man. I'll catch you.
All right. Peace out, Girl Scout.